Good morning, students. This is Mr. Lou's son, Matt, recording 2 stories for you today. He is here to read to you, but first, he wanted me to show you his apartment. Say good morning, Mr. Lou.
Good morning, 5th graders, and good morning to your teachers also.
All right, so just a quick tour. This is where Mr. Lou sits when he's studying his books to read you stories. And this is Mr. Lou's apartment. Oh, there's Ginger, everybody. There's his kitty cat, Ginger. Here's Mr. Lou's desk when he's writing to his friends and his family, his fireplace, and his television when he feels like watching television. Or maybe a cartoon here or there, who knows. And lastly, here's Mr. Lou's big dining room table that he does puzzles on, and he writes other things and takes notes and studies and prepares for reading you his stories. So now we will get back to what we're doing. Mr. Lou, tell the students what story you're reading today.
Yes, I will. First, I want to say I miss you all terribly, and this is the last opportunity with you 5th graders because you'll be off to the wonderful world of adolescence. So off we go. The first book story is The Judge. I'm so sorry that we can't do it as planned as a little playlet in the room. So I had to give it to you so that you could see the pictures and know what's happening. All right, now this is a courtroom. The judge, an untrue tale, written by Harvey Zemock and illustrated by his wife Margot. Now this is the judge. This story, if it were true, would be out of the at least a courtroom 200 or more years ago. So this is the way it would look and the people dressed. So here we go. I'm going to be all the characters. When I speak over here and lean, I'm the bailiff. When I'm here, I'm the judge. Sometimes I'll speak to the bailiff with my head, to all of the classroom, the children, and the people in the courtroom, and then the prisoners as they come before me. Okay, so here we go. This is prisoner number 1. Let justice be done. Please let me go, Judge. I didn't know, Judge, that what I did was against the law. I just said what I saw. A horrible thing is coming this way, creeping closer day by day. Its eyes are scary, and its tail is hairy. I tell you, Judge, we all better pray. The man has told an untrue tale. Throw him in jail. This is prisoner number 2. What did he do? Please let me go, Judge. I didn't know, Judge, that what I did was against the law. I just said what I saw. A horrible thing is coming this way, creeping closer day by day. Its eyes are scary, and its tail is hairy, and its paws have claws, and it snaps its jaws. I tell you, Judge, we all better pray. There must be something wrong with his brains. Put him in chains. This is prisoner number 3. A scoundrel, I see. Now here I'll pause for a moment as you look at the picture. A scoundrel in those days was a child who roamed the streets of London, stealing whatever he could, mainly food to eat. But whatever he stole, he brought to a man who would sell it and then give him maybe a penny out of what he bought. So a scoundrel is a naughty child. So here we go. Please let me go, Judge. I didn't know, Judge, that what I did was against the law. I just said what I saw. A horrible thing is coming this way, creeping closer day by day. Its eyes are scary, and its tail is hairy, and its paws have claws, and it snaps its jaws. And he growls and groans and chews up stones. I tell you, Judge, we all better pray. Lock him up and throw away the key. He can't fool me. This is prisoner number 4. Have I seen her before? Please let me go, Judge. I didn't know, Judge, that what I did was against the law. I just said what I saw. A horrible thing is coming this way, creeping closer day by day. Its eyes are scary, and its tail is hairy. Its paws have claws, and it snaps its jaws. It growls and groans and chews up stones. It spreads its wings and does bad things. I tell you, Judge, we all better pray. Take that nincompoop out of my sight. Lock her up tight. This one is 5th and last. He'd better talk fast. Please let me go, Judge. I didn't know, Judge, that what I did was against the law. I just said what I saw. A horrible thing is coming this way, creeping closer day by day. Its eyes are scary, and its tail is hairy. Its paws have claws, and it snaps its jaws. It growls and groans and chews up stones. It spreads its wings and does bad things. It belches flame. It has no name. I tell you, Judge, we all better pray. You notice he's running for his life. Liar, ninnyhammer, dimwit, dunce, to jail at once. Now, there are no more words. The picture tells the story. And start from left to right. And the reason I never brought the book to school was what you see behind the judge's head.
In the window.
Because they put that on the front of the cover, and I didn't dare let anyone see it. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Sorry. Free, free, free at last. The Judge. Silver Caldecott winner. The year it was, I think, 1969 when it was published. The best illustrated picture of that year. The second best. The Judge. All right, now say hello to each other on your screens or however you do that. It's wild. So we must move on with what I promised. Because as you recall, in March, I read you the early version of the Three Little Pigs that I will read in third grade. And so here it is.
This is the true story of the Three Little Pigs by A. Wolfe.
And I'll take my dust cover off, as I usually do, to save it from damage. Same picture. All right, here we go. Title page. Author, John Scieszka, illustrated by Lane Smith, his friend. Now, everyone knows the story of the three pigs, or at least they think they do. But I'll let you in on a little secret. Nobody knows the real story, because nobody has ever heard my side of the story. I'm the wolf, Alexander T. Wolf. You can call me Al. Now, I don't know how this whole big bad wolf thing got started, but it's all wrong. Now, maybe it's because of our diet. Hey, it's not my fault wolves eat cute little animals like bunnies and sheep and pigs. That's just the way we are. Look, if cheeseburgers were cute, folks would probably think you were big and bad too. Look, the occupants, what you see hanging out of the bun.
Those are little feathers and tails, so it seems the wolf
Yes.
has quite a cheeseburger there.
All right. But like I was saying, the whole big bad wolf thing is all wrong. The real story is about a sneeze and a cup of sugar. My throat is acting up this morning, sorry. This is the real story. Way back in Once Upon a Time, this is terrible, my throat.
Clear your throat.
Excuse me. Way back in Once Upon a Time, I was making a birthday cake for my dear old granny. I had a terrible sneezing cold. I ran out of sugar. Look in the bowl. So I walked down the street to ask my neighbor for a cup of sugar. Now, the neighbor was a pig, and he wasn't too bright either. He had built his whole house out of straw. Can you believe that? I mean, who in his right mind would build his house of straw? So, of course, the minute I knocked on the door, it fell right in. I didn't want to just walk like into someone's house. So I called, little pig, are you in? No answer. I was just about to go home without the cup of sugar for my dear old granny's birthday cake. That's when my nose started to itch. I felt a sneeze coming. Well, I huffed and I puffed and I snuffed. And I sneezed a great sneeze. And you know what? That whole darn straw house fell down. And right in the middle of the pile of straw was the first little pig, dead as a doornail. He had been home the whole time. Now, it seemed like a shame to leave a perfectly good ham dinner lying there in the straw. So I ate it. Oh, look, think of it as a big cheeseburger just lying there. Well, I was feeling a little better, but I still didn't have my cup of sugar. So I went to the next neighbor's house. Now, this neighbor was the first little pig's brother. He was a little smarter, but not much. He had built his house out of sticks. I rang the bell on the stick house. Nobody answered. I called, Mr. Pig, Mr. Pig, are you in? He yelled back, go away, wolf. You can't come in. I'm shaving the hairs on my chinny chin chin. Well, I had just grabbed the doorknob when I felt another sneeze coming on. I huffed and I puffed and I snuffed and I tried to cover my mouth, but I sneezed a great sneeze. Now, you're not going to believe it, but this guy's house fell down just like his brother's. When the dust cleared, there was the second little pig, dead as a doornail. Wolf's honor. Now, look, you know food will spoil if you just leave it out in the open. So I did the only thing there was to do. I had dinner again. Well, look, think of it as a second helping. Now, I was getting awfully full, but my cold was feeling a little better. And I still didn't have that cup of sugar for my dear sweet old granny's birthday cake. So I went to the next house. Now this guy was the first and second little pig's brother. He must have been the brains of the family. He had built his house of bricks. Well, I knocked on the brick house. No answer. I called, "Mr. Pig, are you in?" And you know what that rude little porker answered? "Get out of here, wolf. Don't bother me again." Talk about impolite. He probably had a whole sack full of sugar, and he wouldn't give me even one little cup for my dear sweet old granny's birthday cake. What a pig. I was just about to go home and maybe make a nice birthday card instead of a cake when I felt my cold coming on. I huffed and I puffed and I snuffed and I sneezed once again. Then the third little pig yelled, "And your old granny can sit on a pin." No, I'm usually a pretty calm fellow, but when somebody talks about my granny like that, I go a little crazy. Well, when the cops drove up, of course, I was trying to break down this pig's door. And the whole time I was huffing and puffing and snuffing and sneezing and making a real scene. Books. Oh my gosh. Well, the rest is history. The news reporters found out about the two pigs I had for dinner. They figured a sick guy going to borrow a cup of sugar didn't sound very exciting. So they jazzed up the story with all of that huff and puff and blow your house down stuff. And they made me the big bad wolf. That's it. The real story. I was framed. I was framed. But maybe you could loan me a cup of sugar? The big bad wolf. The true story of the three little pigs. All right. Well, there you have it for today. And I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm going to go on with the third grade book. I did fourth grade. I'm going to do third grade and second grade. And then I'll get ready for a May story with you. Bye-bye. Have a great, safe, happy, healthy time, week, days. Oh, and there's Ginger. Go show Ginger. Bye-bye. See you again soon.
We're going to show you Mr. Lou's kitty cat Ginger real quick because she's hungry and she wants a snack. She gets to have her special food on the desk out of her little blue bowl. All right, students, thanks for taking some time to listen to it. Everybody be careful and stay safe and healthy, and remember to wash your hands. Take care.